Hi, I'm Martin. It's a pleasure for me to introduce Max on this Wrexham podcast. Arguably one of the luckiest lads alive. Very, very fortunate to be able to play football because the lad's pretty poor at everything else. He's never going to be a stand-up comedian, and having done some work on his house recently, he's the worst DIY man I've ever known. Good luck and enjoy the podcast.
Right, guys, I've got an unbelievable giveaway for you today. We have got the third strip signed by the current first team. And for your opportunity to win that, you need to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel and check out the description below for more details. Good luck. Welcome back to That Wrexham Podcast. My co-host today is the Viking Jesus Scottish God, is what I now call you.
Not SBJ, Scottish Viking.
He's just happy to keep it at that.
All right.
And today we've got the current number 4, which is in good hands still, Max Cleworth. We're going to start with some icebreakers.
Go on then.
So someone has said to me that you're as tight as a mouse's waistcoat.
I could probably guess who said that to you. Does
Yeah,
he wear
go
a
on.
29 by any chance? Yeah.
And why is that? Why has he said that?
Well, we played Parcheesi on the bus, and
Parcheesi is like Ludo,
yeah,
isn't
it's basically Ludo but way better.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, me and Barney have been sat on the same table now for like ever since he joined. Yeah, I took him under my wing a little bit, said you can sit there,
As you do.
and then
You can sit there.
The younger player. You're so next to me, man.
no, he'll hate me saying that as well. But now we've played this game religiously like for 3 years now. Whoever sits on our table has to play it pretty much.
I've seen it getting played.
It's a class
Yeah,
game.
It is
I
a
used to
good
play it.
game.
And we've played some serious hours on it. But like I hate losing, and especially to him. But every away day, whoever's bottom of the leaderboard, it's coffees on the next trip.
Right.
So it pains me when I lose to like buy him a coffee. So he started giving me the tight shot. And to be fair, I ain't paid many fines this year. So the wheel has been nice to me.
Has it?
Yeah, been
Nice.
very good
So
to me this
far,
year.
you careful.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't
to be fair,
tempt fate. Don't
nah,
tempt
yeah.
fate.
So hopefully it stays away from me. So I've had that shout as well, but you know the wheel's been good to me, so it's not my fault.
Nice. There's also you've got a strange. Well, it's not strange, but you do something on match day a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us what that is?
To be fair, I've got a few strange match day things, but yeah, the toilet.
Yeah. You're in there a few times.
I'm in
aren't
there a lot, especially on a match day.
Yeah. Is that just nerves? Do you think?
I don't know what it is. There's probably
Because it's not like training days. You're not on it as much.
No,
as you're
I'm
on
not
match
as
day.
bad. I'm probably on it more than most people.
You're on the
Yeah.
toilet a lot.
He's on
Yeah.
the toilet
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
But there is probably there's probably an underlying thing. but
Nerves probably. A match
I've had it
day.
for years, and then to be fair, Barney clocked on when I was like in the room.
It's always Barney, isn't it?
Well, we were roommates in hotels, and on away days, he'd be like, "Are you on the toilet again?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, it's just like normal." But I've sort of got used to it, so now if I'm not going to the toilet on a game,
You're worried.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like something's up. So it's just become part of like my routine. Always after the warm up and always at half time, make sure I go to the
Then
toilet.
just you stick to that. Mate. It's
Well,
working well for
yeah.
you now.
It's been
Doing
alright so
alright,
far.
yeah. What's this about people making AI photos of you?
Yeah, I'm not. This is one I'm not really pleased with.
What, I don't know this. What's
So
this?
it was before Vegas last year.
Right.
You might have seen the picture.
Fans.
Nah, Barney again. Barney and Longy, this was. There's like a picture of me when we went Dublin last year, and I'm sat there in like just like an overshirt and a white t-shirt, but Barney's cropped that picture
Right.
and gone to like ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Basically, the running joke is obviously I'm going to out myself to
No.
all the fans now. My nose is slightly larger.
No, it's not. What? I never knew that.
Slightly larger
Breaking
than.
news.
I have seen these pictures. This is the one
Yeah.
he used to put in the group
Yeah,
chat
all the time.
Yeah,
So
I have
then-
seen it.
He's just put that picture in and gone. Basically, ChatGPT, make this guy's nose
Yeah.
bigger, and put him like in front of the Vegas Strip.
But he's made it a sticker now, hasn't he?
Yeah. So then
So you know
he's
you can
like,
hold down the
Yeah,
picture.
yeah.
So he's
and then
puts it
like
in.
he's got giddy with himself, and he's done loads this year. There's like, there's ones the one on the match day picture, but they're all just like big
massive.
nose. So he's just like cropped them all. I'm trying to get some back of him, but I can't think of like it's so obvious to do for me.
Come on, you got to get it back.
You've got to.
I know, but I can't think of
Because
like
again, that's 3 icebreakers and they've all been Barney.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a running team, isn't
Yeah.
it?
It
But
sounds like a one-way
There's
street.
a one more thing boys are talking about, and I've been shown the pitch now and I've seen them, but I've been told you're actually repping them. These
the
moon
boots.
The boots.
Yeah, they're good, them. And
Good, them.
my mates were laughing at me about them as well because I sent a video with me
Yeah.
walking around in them.
I'm intrigued. Are you liking them? Are they good?
Yeah, they're all right. I put them on yesterday because it was freezing when I got in.
Right.
But like the club have bought these boots. I had like a bit of a Achilles pain.
Yeah.
So I put these boots on in the morning and they look ridiculous.
Yeah, I've seen
but
the
they're like
pictures.
these Nike. They like compress and heat up. But
Am I right in saying they kind of rock when you're walking?
a little bit. They're like really weird soled.
Yeah,
but
I've
like
seen
you can like go on the bike in them, stretching
Yeah.
them. But yeah, they just
So
put
that's
them
part.
on.
The club have got them for recovery and stuff.
Yeah, but then obviously when I put them on, they're like making a noise. So you're like, I'm walking around the training ground, they're compressing, and like they're just making this dead loud noise. So
Barney's behind you again, just
yeah.
slagging
Well, I
you,
walked in the
so-
other day and yesterday Cal Burton gave me a load of grief for wearing them. So like, if I put them on now, I just go to the other change.
You know what
Get out
they
the way
say?
for 10 minutes.
At first they mock, then they
Oh,
follow.
don't worry, they'll follow.
They'll follow.
I think Scary might have worn them a few times.
He won't
think.
get stick though, because Scar is
No.
just scary, isn't it?
Well, I could be wrong, but I'm sure there's other people who've worn them.
I'm sure you'll see Barney on the hockey with him on.
Oh
soon.
yeah. Well,
You
I
know what
don't see him.
mean?
He's stuck in there, isn't he? So
Yeah,
he'll
yeah.
come out of there.
Right, let's get on to some Wrexham talk then. You've seen the club grow from National League all
Yeah.
the way through to the Championship. Like, how would you describe your journey?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been obviously a bit mad. Like I think back to now when I first signed like my pro deal, and it was in the August after COVID.
How old were you when you signed at the club initially?
I will have been like 11, turning 12. I did like a 6-week sort of trial, like the bog standard thing, and then just got asked to join. And then turned 12, and that was like basically it. So.
And then signed professional contract, scholarship. What?
I did it a bit different because like when the scholars were being handed out, they weren't getting paid here, so I was like I didn't really want to like commit to it, and I think it was basically more education, and less football. So I'm obviously quite education sort of focused, or my family were anyway. So my school was basically across the road, so it didn't really make much sense. So I said like to the club if I could do A levels at home, and then I would basically skip school on the Wednesday, or college as it is, come into train on the train from where I live, and then I'd have to like finish training, quickly shower and get the train back and run back to like from the train station
Really, yeah.
I'd make it back for like economics. It was like 2:00 on a Wednesday afternoon.
Brilliant, that, innit?
Commitment.
Yeah, and then I'd train with the 16s on the Monday night, and then we were playing Saturdays. So just managed to balance it out, but obviously it sort of worked out in the end. You know, there was one other who did it at the same time, so it sort of wasn't alone doing that sort
And
of
then
stuff.
you signed a pro. Would it have been 18?
Yeah, then COVID hit in the March 2020 when I was 17, second year scholar, and then we were sat waiting for months basically.
Really?
Then we had a meeting down here. It was with the academy manager at the time, and I just found out I was going to be offered one, and just signed it just after I turned 18. So it was like quite a good month for me.
So then obviously your progression into the first team. Am I right in saying you went out on loan? Did you have a loan?
Yeah, so I played one game in about 6 months.
Yeah.
But it was always going to be tough. Back then it was like proper. It's almost like the old National League where it was proper rough and ready type football. And then I went out on loan in the January. I think it was again a bit COVID-y still around then. I went to Carnarvon with Bickers as well.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so we went together. So luckily there was the two of us. It was a long
someone
journey.
with
But yeah, that was like probably one of the best decisions I've really made so far in my career, I'd say, because everyone says it at the time, like you need games, and you don't really believe
Playing
them.
first team football.
Yeah,
basically.
it was men's. Obviously, it was like semi-pro most of the leagues. Some of the teams were full time.
And what if you're 18?
I was 18 still,
you're
so
playing against grown men,
Yeah.
they're gonna rough you up a wee bit.
got a few elbows. Played centre mid a bit as well, so like got an experience of everything. But yeah, it was unreal. To be fair, the lads, like some of them I still speak to who are there now. So the coach and the manager were top at the time. So
That's
I've got a
class.
lot to
So
thank
does that
them.
environment? Do you say that environment definitely helped you? Like what, just day to day dressing room?
Yeah, it's certainly like I've never really gone into a sort of change room. Obviously, I went with Bickers, but where you're complete strangers, like you just get added into this group chat and like nobody.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of not the most out there person,
You've got to
so
grow up quick, haven't you? When you go to change rooms like that.
yeah, I felt a bit like I was proper nervous when I went there, especially because like a lot of the lads there, their first language is Welsh.
Right.
Oh wow.
So like half the team first language was English, half the team was like Welsh speaking. So you go over there and obviously they're speaking Welsh to each other. You don't know what they're saying about you. But obviously they were all top, and like once you get playing a few games with them, they suddenly become like a lot easier and you feel a lot more comfortable. So and we had quite a good team at the time, so it made it even more enjoyable.
And then even your kind of like rise up through the team. So I remember my first year National League. You had a good amount of games, and then like out of the team, and then kind of in again, out again. Yeah,
I remember obviously Solihull was the first one. I don't think you'd joined for that game. But yeah, I found out I was going to be playing on the Friday. Obviously, I was very nervous.
Was that your debut?
Yeah. Right. Well, like it was. I'd played for the club, but this was like league debut.
League debut, yeah.
And obviously, it was Gaffer's first game, and it was like sort of first league game really since the owners had had a full summer in charge. So I was like proper nervous. I think I told my dad not to bother coming. I was like, it was only down at Solihull, so he was like, obviously wanted to make the journey, but I was like, nah, I can't get any tickets. Like, I don't want any distractions or anything. So
because your old man loves it, doesn't he? He comes there. I see him every game I go.
He loves a home game, especially the Scent.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I played in the middle of a back three. And weirdly, we spoke about him a lot, but Barney was on the other team.
Yeah.
So like, it makes it. I think it was Jonah's still here who played in that game. And yeah, Barney was on the other team.
How'd you get on?
Like 2-2. And I think I played all right. I was steady. There was no
steady
risks.
Away from my debut.
Yeah, no risks. But yeah, God, I think
you got dropped for the next game.
Yeah, and then I got told on the bus on the way down to. I think we trained at Southampton.
Easily.
Oh, we signed a centre half. You're not going to play this game.
Who was it?
Tozer.
Oh, Tozer.
It was all part of his development. Wasn't it? It was all part of Max's development.
Yeah, but that was, I sort of got used to that in the end.
So you know, like being out of the team, yeah. So how did you kind of use that? Because we had Rich and Owen on like before, didn't we?
We did it.
And they spoke about you and being in the gym and being like probably the best one in the gym. So was it kind of like a conscious decision when you're out of the team? Right, I'm going to build this foundation, or is it something you've always done?
To be fair, I think it was somewhat like before I sort of signed my pro. I did quite a lot anyway, even just through friends and that. You start going to gym together, and I was always quite conscious of trying to like do sort of extras, but just like keep myself fairly fit. And then obviously there wasn't really an S&C. I'd never had one in the youth team, or there was one guy who obviously had to do a lot when there's 20 odd lads, and there was no real proper like gym sessions. They were a bit down at another gym, so that obviously when Rich and Owen join, you're going to try and get as much information out of them as possible.
I've seen a massive change in him from when I first came in to like the size of him and the way he actually understood his body and used it better. And when I first came in, he was probably the one that I looked at and was like, as a young kid, I thought, because when I came in, you hadn't played at all. Well,
no, I didn't.
But you weren't playing when I first came in.
Yeah, I didn't play that.
And I was like, he's got a chance. And you just play, especially as a striker playing up against him. I thought, he's strong on he looks.
But no, I always even like meeting your parents, I could just tell they keep you grounded. Like they just always try and keep you on a level.
Yeah, no, I think that's obviously important. I have quite a good relationship with obviously mum, dad, and sister, and they sort of like take the mick out of each other all the time. But that's just like the way I'd been since I was dead young, so it was no real difference. But obviously, as you said, when Owen and Rich joined, I was trying, when you're out the team, try and do as much with them as possible, because it was only going to benefit me. And to be fair, my knowledge of sort of exercises was pretty poor, so it certainly needed improving.
To be fair, like even when he was out the team, even when you were in the team and I wasn't playing, like I'd always kind of say something to him, and you just take it, and you could just tell he wanted to like learn and get better.
100%.
I feel like
well, I'd never really like nowadays, like obviously the youth team now they're in all the time, and like they've got like loads of staff members, so I'd never sort of had that like real professional sort of environment. Even as my first year as a pro, it was still really like COVID, so we're having takeaways like from the Fat Boar. They were bringing our lunches down. You couldn't like sit at the ground with each other, so I'd never really had that sort of like professional experience. So obviously when the club sort of started to change and the gym gets built and all the new stuff that came in, it was to just try and sort of grasp it really, and it was sort of no stone unturned.
How have you found it, like being probably for years, fair to say, I don't even know if you are now, the youngest in the dressing room?
Yeah, I think I'm just not anymore. I think Doyler's a year younger, or 18 months younger. So it was tough, to be fair, but not tough in a bad way. But
we looked after you.
Yeah, I had a lot of people around me.
We always quite an old changing room, didn't we?
Yeah.
Even when I was there, so you would have been the youngest regardless. They never really brought young. The gaffer always brought in kind of older heads, didn't he, to help the young lads.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, tried and tested rather than getting youngsters come through. But I think that's testament for you because we'd have a dressing room, wouldn't we?
Mm-hmm.
And then there'd be the away dressing room where you would probably kind of stay with Barney, Mendy, Arthur. Is that right?
Yeah, I think there was that. I think I was in it. That was the start of the league too, weren't it? I'd always sort of sat in that away dressing room.
I was always saying, "Come on, get in our dressing room. Get in our dressing room."
But it was always that thing of like,
don't worry.
I came in just about.
He wanted to move me along.
He wanted your number and he wanted your seat.
I'll take the hit. Yeah.
No, I think it was just more like I just knew there was always going to be signings, and like when you're the youngest by quite some way, you can't really be signing like.
I'd rather take yourself out there rather than someone come in and do.
And just move you. You'd rather save the embarrassment. But then, to be fair, I think the gaffer, like, there was bugs going round or something, and he just got like 7 of the others who were the youngest as well to move in. So then there was like me, as James, Bix, and then obviously Dolbs, Barney, Menz off that start of that season. So it was all right anyway because we had quite a good changing room. Then I moved in last season to start with, so it was a bit of a new experience to start last year.
How do you find it with like the influx now of players that are coming in, like the kind of profile and even fair to say like the contracts they're kind of coming in on? How do you find it, or is it just for you? I'm me, stick to what I'm doing.
Yeah, it doesn't hasn't really changed the way I think too much. I think obviously in the summer, we lost Fletch, a lot of other big characters.
He kicked me out of the group chat.
Yeah. Oh
yeah,
gosh.
I was. That was probably the one thing I didn't want to be brought up.
He kicked you out of the.
So when I left, I was like, right lads, that's me.
I'm proud of it.
That's me done.
This.
I know. I see when he done it. I was like, that's a good one. I
saw
devastated. But see, so I tried to leave the group chat. I was like, lads, brilliant. Thank you ever for everything. You're all legends. I'm gonna leave, and they're like, no, don't leave. I was like, no, I need to leave. No, don't leave. Max kicked me.
Nah, Fletch left like in the summer, but then
I was the only one left. Was it me? There was
quite a few.
Was there a few?
But because the squad was like so close last year, and we'd had that like Vegas trip, I ended up being admin. I think it was Chomp was admin.
Chomp left, didn't he?
Yeah, no, I think I kicked Chomp.
Did you kick
well.
Chomp as
well?
well?
So I had an admin kicking an admin, and then I think it might have been Jim, but Jim said like he weren't going to do it, and it was obviously getting.
It was getting to the point where the new lads were coming into the group chat.
And like saying who are these?
And I'd kind of muted the chat because I was like, it was getting like, obviously they were all talking. I was like, I'm not even going to do it. So I muted it.
That's when you just leave. Normal person just leaves.
One day I went back into it and I couldn't write anything and I just seen it comes up, who kicked you? And I was like, Max,
I know. To be fair, I think
I texted you, didn't I? I'm sure I texted you.
I don't know. I got a bit like, I was nervous about doing it, because like I was sort of so close to all the lads. I thought, no, this is not going to go down well. But like we were putting, obviously this year's stuff in, like whether it be like fines, general information, and like obviously some of the lads at other clubs.
They don't want people.
I didn't want to know that. I didn't want to know that Jimmy had been fined again. I was getting quite sick of it.
Well, I mean, you probably guessed that anyway.
For me, when I leave a club, it's just like, right, thanks very much, guys, all the best, and I just leave. But that's not sulking leaving. That's like, so right, if people want to message me, they will make time to message. I'd rather that than a token.
The reason I never left was because I'd retired. Normally you would leave because you're going to a new team, so you'd be like leaving, and then you'd be in another group chat. Because I retired, I was like, I don't know where to go.
Oh, right, yeah.
To be fair, there was still quite a lot of chat in the summer. There wasn't there on it, obviously with the Vegas stuff, and like people were still talking.
We were all
it
just
didn't.
Still chatting, yeah. But
then I think you sort of set the standard because like loads didn't leave. Chomp was still in it. Pazzi.
When about like 10 new players came in, we were like, right, it's probably time for us to go.
Yeah, and then,
I think it was Carl again sort of egged me on to do it because like I didn't want to be I'm not bothered, but I just ended up being admin.
It goes to the next person, doesn't it?
So I just ended up having to do it, and I felt a bit guilty at first, but.
So going back to like the influx of the players and stuff, then so like, is it just a case of like I'm 100% backing myself?
Maybe a little bit, but like I'm not particularly like overconfident or, that kind of like self-arrogance. I don't think. I've always just tried to learn off the new lads that come in. I think it obviously is only going to help sort of my game. But I don't think it was 100%. Like I obviously have belief and think that I can be good enough. Obviously came off the back of a good season last year, so I had confidence. But you just sort of never take anything for granted in football. So I think a lot of the new lads coming in, to be fair, they've been top really.
How did you find it? Because remember we played like Sheffield United away, and you made a mistake which wasn't solely for the goal, but then you come out of the team. And how did the kind of gaffer manage you through that period?
Yeah, I think obviously like especially them early National League days, the gaffer sort of would put me in and take me out quite regularly. And there would be times where I'd have a good run of games.
Would he have a conversation with you about that?
Yeah, he would. He'd always let me know about why I was coming out, and that one, to be fair, probably hurt a bit because like the overall game I hadn't like done too bad. It was just that one moment, and it was a killer at the time. I was obviously gutted and just sort of like you feel like you've let people down, and obviously we had Spurs, would have been Spurs at home, I think, in the
but you
game after. But no, I think sort of like the relationship I have with the gaffer, he's dead upfront and honest. So, you know, it wasn't the first time I'd been took out the team, so I was sort of knew that's what happened.
It was just an in between decision, wasn't it? It was kind of like
to knuckleball,
take a touch,
And I've gone to try and like I was going to chest it, and then it's like coming at me like this. Panicked and tried to kneel down, but I can't say I've watched it back many times.
now you're turning into a man. You can even just tell the way he is. Kicking you out of groups.
Yeah, exactly. I can believe it.
Don't need to bring that up again. No, I definitely won't.
Your old man was telling me you got some more independence. Now you've moved into your own place.
Yeah, got kicked out. In other words,
doing a bit. of
you know how it feels.
Tell us about DIY.
No, I'm useless at that. To be fair, like I bought this house. It's not far. But it was it's just a couple down the road. No, it's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes from them, but it was like horrific.
You get the old man round to help you.
Well, he's trying to. It's all pretty much done now, but he was like at first everything got stripped back.
Stressful, wasn't it?
And like it was horrible. But obviously we were like going for promotion, so I was like using that as an excuse. Like I can't do anything. I've got a game Tuesday and another one Saturday. Like there's no way I can be scraping the walls today. So he did a bit, and then we mostly had people around, but I think they wanted to do a bit on the doc last year, the documentary.
What, like with a screwdriver?
Of him, like pretty much. I think my dad was in the bathroom like chipping tiles, and he said something to me, and I was like, "It's meant to be natural, you know." Like it was like he had lines under there that he was reading.
He's reading his lines.
Yeah, and so I just sort of hammered him for that, and the people who were around were laughing at it. But yeah, I don't think it didn't make the cut.
Did not make the documentary.
No, it wasn't.
You haven't got a private chef or anything yet, then?
No,
not yet.
I'm just
not yet.
Either go back home or it's chicken and rice. Yeah, maybe next year. No, I'm all right at chicken and rice, chicken and sweet potato and stuff.
Taking stuff from lunch, no?
Well, I do on day before a game. I take it and little pasta station whack it in. So yeah.
What about doing the DIY then, basics around the house, like or just any sort of general housework?
Got the Hoover out?
Yeah, I'm all No. I couldn't let that happen.
I feel like he's going to get one of the, the electric ones. That just
ironing, I'm all right. Yeah. I've just started like trying to do most of it, but
turn all the switches off before bed.
Yeah,
around the house.
Make sure that's all done, just to be safe.
That's because he's tight as cramp though.
Nah, I don't really enjoy doing it. The cleaning I find the hardest, but then like the DIY, other than building the dining table and a few drawers, I'm useless. So my dad's probably a little bit better than me. He's certainly better at like painting. I think I was doing it with my sister as well, and they were just taking a mick because I was like dripping paint everywhere. So other than that, we've had like people in to do it who we know from the area, so they've obviously helped us a lot.
You just tell your old man I'm better at scoring goals. Is that what you say?
Just better at football, golf, any sporting. Other than to be fair, I give him a bit cycling, running and stuff like that. He's probably better, but swimming.
He's a better runner than you.
Have you seen him do the first lap warm up?
Yeah. It's just like plods.
It looks painful.
It
looks painful. I used to watch him as the youngest player on the oldest player. I used to watch him and think, I'm all right here.
Yeah.
I've got a few years left in me.
It's the hardest running football.
The
first lap to get warm and like, I struggle loads at it. I still get like even the new lads have clocked on straight away.
How bad?
I think it was Libby looking at me like,
is he all right?
But how many goals you on now?
Well, 0 this season. It's not. I've not started on fire, but
he has a bagsman though.
10, I think.
Your first league goal was Colchester, wasn't it?
Colchester, yeah. I scored one before.
I remember Gloucester.
Yeah.
What a strike that was.
It was probably the best one I've scored. To be fair, left foot. Just a shame that there weren't many fans here.
How many did you get last season?
I think it
you
was
were up there,
8.
weren't you?
Yeah.
And you were chasing me for a while.
Yeah. Or did we not end on the same? Or did I have
9.
one?
I got 9.
Oh, you got 9. I think it might have been 8. 1.
Elliot got 10.
I could probably give him another goal. Do you know? couldn't I?
Yeah. Eastleigh away, the year after.
Away.
Did you nick it again?
No.
I borrowed his boots before the game. I borrowed his
Forgot
boots
his
and
boots.
scored an absolute screamer.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice. Like
Yeah, I remember it was.
Because you hadn't scored, and I was like, "There you go, you can have that."
You can have that one. Yeah. I'd been chasing a league goal for ages, and then I gave him my boots the one day, and he slapped it top bins, weren't it, edge of the box.
It was. I only scored good goals. You know that.
Yeah, it was a nice goal.
Yeah. No, he scored a few last year. That was.
Yeah, especially early on.
In the box, I was thinking Max is on the end of this year.
I just need to find one this year. It's been a bit.
You'll get one, don't worry.
I've had a few close shots.
Yeah, fair you have, yeah.
But they've just not dropped yet. But
yeah, one here last week, actually, didn't you? Did you put it
Keith set me, and the keeper saved it. Hit the target, and make sure you hit the target. It's a great save, to be fair. Give him the credit.
Let's talk about Vegas. Because obviously, the first year you were underage, weren't you?
Yeah.
And weren't allowed to drink, weren't allowed to gamble.
You're not even allowed to go into the nightclubs or anything.
No, you weren't even allowed to come in the were you allowed to come in the restaurants?
Yeah, I was allowed to the
restaurants.
restaurants.
You kind of like
certain time
escorted out, I remember.
10 o'clock the kids have to leave.
Well, I didn't really know until I got there. I remember.
No one give you a heads up?
Tozer sort of mentioned it.
They didn't think it'd be that strict.
But obviously I thought it wouldn't be as strict as it was.
Yeah.
But Jake, the security fella, just came up to me at like the restaurant, the first meal, was like,
time to go.
Yeah, you're not getting in anywhere. And I was like, I couldn't really complain because like it's a free trip to Vegas. I still got to sit around the cabanas at the hotel by myself and have like free drink and food all day. So like it was all right. But
to be fair, you had a bit of pocket money.
Yeah, I did. I got a bit, to be fair, off the owners, which was like really nice of them. But yeah.
Any golf in that year?
Nah, it was a bit like it was all focused like really on the lads. As well as last year, 3 came, didn't they, who were underage. Ashley,
did you golf with us last year?
No, I didn't. No, I was too rough for that.
I didn't go Vegas to golf.
I thought
actually golfed. It was the worst decision of my life.
Yeah, I thought I weren't getting up at, what was it, like 7?
Yeah, it was early.
Yeah. How would you compare that then to like what was the dynamic like from the first year to the second to the third?
Well, obviously for me it's like
it was night
and day, yeah, because even just like the first year, obviously I'd come down in the morning and it'd be all right until like 12 o'clock because all the lads would sit outside that cabana, like they're obviously all laughing and like about the night and stuff. So I'd be like listening to the stories and that. But then at like 1 o'clock it'd be like, all right, see you later, Max. I've got to sit here till like 6 now waiting for him.
Waiting for him to go to dinner.
Yeah, I think one day Kai Calderblanc, who's left now, he stayed with me. I don't think he drank anyway, so we went into Vegas.
Got a bit too much for him.
Yeah, I think he was struggling. So he's come out with me like down the strip and that in Vegas, which was obviously good to see.
Yeah.
But then the second year, it's just being able to be with the lads like the whole time, and obviously everyone was like, "You're not going to believe what you're going to see," and like obviously I'd seen all the videos the first year, but I was like, "Oh yeah, obviously you're going to say that," and then you get there and it's like. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Just treated like kings, aren't you? Everyone says the same, but they really like put it on for us. So yeah, the last 2 have been top, to be fair.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Who would you say is the biggest kind of liability?
Well, to be fair, I've listened to a few of the others, and Fordy's had a few drinks, hasn't he?
When he gets on that vodka, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think there was anyone too bad last year. To be fair, I was a bit rough on the last day. But I just think like the one who stands out is Dobbo just for being the best last
MVP,
year.
wasn't it?
I've never ever seen anything like it. He was just unbelievable.
I said that to you, didn't I?
Yeah, I remember saying before.
He was so good.
Impressive.
Yeah, very impressive.
Impressive.
Could just keep going.
It's like, wow, fair play.
Obviously, I felt like that in the second year. I was like, right, I'm going. And I'd come down, and I feel like, I'm ready to go again. And Leno would be there. Be like,
yeah, I remember Leno.
Ready. I'm like, what?
What Leno was like? That was Dobbo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The year after, exactly like that.
Dobbo just kept going, but he probably felt it a few days after. And we got
he flew to Dubai, did he not? When he got straight back for a family holiday.
Yeah, I was
another way time zone as well. That's crazy.
Well, I was next to him on the plane, both flights back, and I could see he was obviously struggling. But then, I think he went on holiday a few days after, didn't he? So.
Well, I wanted to go back to your dad and that coming to the games, right? Because obviously you're a local lad, you probably need like a fair few tickets. Like how is that now that the Mullins are gone? You should get tickets or what?
No, Mullins brought. He did used to bring a few.
His entourage,
But my family got on great with him.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
They were top people.
But is it easier for you to get tickets now?
Yeah, it's slightly easier. But to be fair, I always have like obviously not being far away. I've quite a few, but like not my friends don't really come that often. It's more like I just say to my dad like who's coming, and he just obviously tells me he's just inviting people, like his friends and stuff. So.
His entourage.
Yeah, so they come a lot. Obviously, family from up north come down quite a bit and come to the game. So, it's a bit different now as well. Like obviously, we're allowed a few more. It used to be on that app as well, didn't it? That was just like hard to sort of work. Whereas now, obviously, we've got people in who can organise it, so it's a lot easier to.
Tozer wasn't great organising.
To be fair, you had that. What was it like a numbers app?
Google Sheets,
Google something.
I never ever ordered my tickets off that because I didn't know how to do it. I used to just text you and say, WhatsApp's great, mate. Just text someone.
It's all right now. They got somebody. It
was easy that way. Now we just WhatsApp people. So it's. No, I wouldn't have liked having that job trying to sort tickets out.
You might have that soon, mate.
Yeah, I was going to say, admin. Imagine his old man says, "Oh, can you get tickets?" "Oh, it's not for me, Dad."
Yeah.
"Oh, no, you're admin."
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
Nah, I probably need to give someone else the admin as well. Just pass on the baton.
Just as a little one, Max's old man is doing the intro for this video as well. So if you're wondering at the start who that is.
Thanks for saying that.
Yeah.
I can't remember what game it was. It was it the last home one? It might have been Cov on the Friday night.
It was Cov Friday night.
Yeah, and I just went in the centre after, obviously family there and stuff. And he's like shaking his head. I'm like, "What's up? We've just won, by the way." And he goes, "Toes and Fozzie have stitched me right up." I was like, "Oh
no!"
No.
His hand up. He went in. I
was just like this straight away. I was like, "What have you said?" And he was like, I actually can't remember. I was like, "That's a disaster." So.
I went up to your Matt and said, "I've got to get Max on soon." He said, "Oh, let me do the intro. Let me do the intro."
To be fair, he'd probably had a few because it's a Friday night as well, weren't it? So it wouldn't surprise me.
No, it's brilliant. So obviously it's a bit surreal being at the club and the opportunities you get with the Vegas trips and all that stuff. And do you remember the HP advert we did down the rooms? Yeah,
that was funny. That I remember just being at lunch, but like lunch was back in the Cent back then, and just came up to us and said, "Oh, you can't go in the gym like straight away. You've got to do this advert." And I was like, "What?" We've just like been told on the day. And it ended up being like dead serious. I had like lines I had to, because it was
He was brilliant, by the way.
It was you, Chomp and Pazzy, weren't it?
Yeah.
But I was in every take, I think. And I was like, and I come upstairs. I can't remember if it was this suite or the one. It might have been down that way. And like all the cameras are lined out, and I'm like, "Oh no, this is like more serious than I thought."
It's a proper advert. It's not.
I've actually got to try and be good.
It's not a social media thing.
Not just like having a laugh. Even though it was funny in the end, but I was quite nervous because it came in. There's a script, and then it was another take with Pazzy. It was a script, and then I can't remember if you were
hair
last.
and makeup as well, or what?
No, there was no makeup.
No hair and makeup. No,
don't need it.
Don't need it. Do you?
But to be fair, it came out and it come out really good, and like. Obviously,
free
friends
laptop
and that
as well.
Like, yeah, well, that helps as well. So
we done
I didn't get one.
The stock coffee one as well.
Yeah,
didn't
that was funny.
That was hilarious.
That was a bit,
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
That was good though because we were just basically watching him act for like
for a bit. Honestly, about 3-4 hours.
Yeah,
he was just
it
doing
was class.
Was he doing all the dancing?
Oh yeah, on the table in front of us, and then
he was doing take after take as well.
Yeah,
weren't
and
he?
then we got we had a few things, but it was kind of like a free for all.
Yeah,
it was
at
like
the end,
just dance.
Yeah.
So we were all just doing. We were making up. You were a partner kind of thing, weren't you? And you just had to do like a dance.
I think me and Boyley were like stood on the bench, holding things like twerking, facing the way. It was terrible, but you couldn't really see us because like people were in the way.
The back of them.
And then to be fair, you were carrying L for about because we did like 3 takes, didn't you?
You know, Titanic.
Yeah.
Like the thing, but the only way to hold him, because obviously we're not standing on the edge of the boat, was legs round there, his body out here. I had to cup his like torso and hold him, and he's a wee pudding there.
It's a wee pudding.
So I had him up there for about 15 minutes.
Yeah,
and at that
we did
time,
a lot of
I was
takes.
struggling with my knee.
Most people you could have stood there with, but Al was a little bit short, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So you have to kind of, you'd have had to lift
he's
him
top
up.
heavy. He's a bit, I'm sweating.
You wouldn't say that when
it
you
became a proper workout.
I just forgot about it. I just forgot about it. Oh,
no, it was funny that it was good. It was, and then to see it come out as well.
Oh, it's amazing!
And how it came out, it was so good.
I feel like we've had, by the way, while this podcast been going, I feel we've had every season outside.
I know, yeah.
1 minute there's summers on my face.
I couldn't see
feels like
20
it's
minutes
pitch
ago.
black out there.
It's -4. Yeah.
No, brilliant. Cheers, Max.
No, thanks for
having
me.
Max,
Thanks for coming on.